What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel for another video. Today we'll talk about Off-ball Pest Badge. Not the most popular defensive badge, but it has its own upsides. So in this video, we'll talk about how it works and some other minor details about the badge. And before the end of the video, I'll give my recommendation on how much upgrade you need for this badge. So without further ado, let's get into it. Let's start first with the badge description. Makes players more difficult to get past when playing off-ball, as they can grab and hold their matchup and don't get their ankles broken as often. First statement is kinda straightforward, so let's start with the gray area. The second statement, don't get their ankles broken as often. It doesn't really make sense because by the name Off-ball Pest, it's for off-ball defense, but getting your ankles broken is an on-ball thing. And to be honest, I can't really provide any input about that statement because I'm not too sure if that part works because it's really hard to test it. We all know that getting your ankles broken is a rare thing to happen. I usually play with my guard player and I can't even remember when was the last time I got dropped. But at the end, that part is just a freebie for me. If it does, then it should be just a small boost. So I don't care much about that. The more important part is the first statement. Makes players more difficult to get past when playing off-ball. So it's pertaining to that grabbing or hip riding animation when you bump your defender off-ball. So it's like a off-ball version of clamps. So after using it for a lot of games, here are the things that I found out about the badge. First one, even without the badge, those animations can still happen. As you can see there, even without the badge, you can still do those things. What the badge does is it gives you more chance of getting those animations or even makes the animation tougher. Next one, you can't force the badge to activate. I remember the first time when I equipped it, I really want to activate the badge, so I was trying to bump my opponent just to make it activate. Like I'm really going to their direction and it didn't work. So for the badge to activate, it must be them going to your direction. All you can do is like go with them and just block their way to slow them down. Next one, for Lateral Quickness. I remember someone asked me in the comment section before if Lateral Quickness gets a boost on Off-ball Pest. So this one will answer it. I can't remember who asked me. So they look the same to me. No boost at all, that's Hall of Fame versus no badge. If there's a tiny difference, that's only RNG. Next one, this is one of the best way to prevent alley-oops. I think most of you guys know that if the finisher is riding the hip of the defender and the passer throw a lob pass, usually the alley-oop action will fail. So this badge helps deny the cutter for alley-oops. And by the way, before we go to the next part, just want to invite you guys to like the video if you like it and subscribe to tune in for upcoming videos. And it would be really awesome if you can comment any recommendation for a new topic or any feedback, or if you don't know what to say, just comment Toot Squad, just to show support to the channel. And just want to promote this page as well, NBA 2KW. They have the My Player Builder, 2K news and updates, and a lot more. Link will be in the description. Now going back, let's do the badge recommendation. This is for Parks first. So this badge is useful on its own way, but I only recommend to equip it if you're a shooting guard or even a small forward. It's because as a shooting guard or small forward, we usually guard on the wing and deny the cut to the basket. If you're a point guard, you rarely do that, you will just waste the badge points, because usually you're guarding on ball. And for bigs, it can be useful sometimes, but it's not worth it. As a big, there are more helpful badges than this one. And for the upgrade, bronze at max will be fine, but still depends on how you play defense and how many badge upgrades you have. I'll show you my case. So for me, top focus will be to max my clamps and intimidator badge. So I still have my 3 upgrades. So next focus will be to have at least bronze pick dodger and pickpocket. Now I still have my 1 upgrade left. And I'm pretty okay playing passing lanes, so I don't need interceptor. So that's why I have room for off-ball pest. So what I mean is, for a guard, it has to be behind clamps and intimidator. And it's up to you if you want it ahead of some other badges. But it's safe to say that it should be behind clamps, intimidator, and pick dodger. Now for wreck, I tried it a lot of times and for some reasons, the activation on wreck is really rare. So no matter what build, I don't really recommend it unless you're a pure lock and you have lots of badges. But still, bronze at max will be fine. I don't think it's worth it. Not too sure about this one, but I think the reason behind this is 5 versus 5 is pretty clogged already. That's why 2K reduced the frequency of this badge in those modes, because it'll be overpowered. And the reason why the activation in park mode is pretty okay is to balance it out. In parks, there are lots of space, so having better frequency in this badge in park modes makes sense. to put more difficulty on cutters. That's just my theory though. So that's all for this video. If you like it, please smash that like button and don't forget to drop by the channel for some other videos and subscribe to tune in for upcoming ones. And as always, happy gaming guys!